Hello everyone, let's start with the series roadmap to become a competitive programmer 5 stars. So in this video, I'll be solving the 22nd problem and it says, the problem name is air conditioner temperature. So the problem statement says there are three people sitting in a room, Alice, Bob and Charlie. They need to decide on the temperature to set on the AC air conditioner. So everyone has a deemed demand each. Okay, Alice wants the temperature to be at least 8 degrees. Okay, Alice, she wants the temperature to be at least 8 degrees. Bob wants the temperature to be at most B degrees. So he wants at most B degrees has to be there. Okay, not more than that. And Alice is like it should be at least 8 degree, and greater than that is fine. So Charlie wants the temperature to be at least 3 degrees. So okay, so Alice and Charlie both are saying the temperature has to be at least A degree and C degree respectively. But Bob is saying the temperature has to be at most B degree, not more than that. So they're saying, can they all agree on same temperature or not? Okay, so they've given temperature A, B, and C. So Alice is saying I need at least A degree of temperature. Charlie is also saying I need a C degree of temperature at least, and Bob is like I want B degree of temperature at most, not more than that. So if these three temperatures are given, so can they all set a proper temperature at one point or not? They're saying. So yeah, input. The first line of input will contain a single integer t denoting number of test cases. So let's take test case int t, say int t while t minus 1 is. This will take care of all the test cases, and the each test case contains a single integer which contains three integer abc. Okay, let's take a, b, c, c in a, b, c. Okay, let's try to understand the problem statement. So first problem, they have given four test cases. So first test case is a is 30, b is 35, c is 25. So let's understand the problem. 30, 35, 25. Okay, so first test case is a is 30, so Alice is saying the temperature what you are setting, that has to be at least 30 degrees. So if you plot a number line, let's say this is 30 and this is 35, this is 40, and somewhere here it will come, let's say 25. So now Alice is saying the temperature has to be at least 30 degrees. So this is the point wherein it will start and it go till anywhere, it can go to infinity. But Bob is saying the temperature has to be at most 35 degree. So Bob is like it can be minus, negative, something like that, but it shouldn't exceed 35. Okay, so and C is saying the temperature has to be at least 25. Charlie is saying so it has to be at least 35. 25. So more than that can also be possible. So now the question they have asked is, can we set a temperature at some point so that all three condition agrees? So if you clearly see here, this is the window wherein all three will agree, right? uh, like see Charlie is saying from 25, so that is fine, but um, Alice is saying from 30, so this condition, this block will not be satisfied by Charlie, Alice. So the if you take care of these two, so this is the minimum condition that has to be there. Like Alice is saying minimum of 30 and Charlie is saying minimum of 25. So uh, Alice is not okay with this 25. Reason being she is saying at least 30, but Charlie is okay with the 30 because he is saying from 25 is the at least. Okay, but this is okay. We got one thing. One boundary, left boundary basically. But now if you see, this can go to infinity, this can also, like a can go to infinity and c can also go to infinity, but b, Bob, he's saying the temperature has to be at most 35 degree, not greater than that. So in this case if you see, Bob will agree to 25 as well. Bob will agree to 30 as well. Okay, temperature. But within these two, I mean Alice and Charlie, 30 was agreed. So this will also be agreed by the Bob. So if you set to 30 or 31 or 32, 33 or 35, these 6 temperatures if you set, all 3 will agree ki yeah, we can set the temperature. So in this case, if you say it is possible to set the temperature at a point wherein all 3 will agree. So these are the, I mean 3 points, I mean sorry 6 points. Yeah, so let's try to understand the second example. Thirty, 35, 40. Okay. Second example, 30, 35, 40. So again, if you plot number line, let's say this is 30, this is 35, and this is 40. So Alice is saying from at least it has temperature has to be 30. Bob is saying at most it has to be 35, not more than that. But again, Charlie, he's saying from at least 40. So if you clearly see, this is A, this is C, and this is B. Okay. Now these 2 points, if you consider, okay, since these two are at least, so 30, one person is saying Ali is saying 30 is the least, but C is saying 40 is the least. So we will come to a later point only, because to satisfy both the conditions, the at least has to be the other right hand side. So we are taking left boundary at, let's say this is left boundary. But if you see the Bob, he is saying the temperature has to be at most 35, not more than that. So this is our right boundary. So if you see, left boundary is on the right side and right boundary is on the left side. So in this case, we are not able to do that. So in this case, we will have to return no. And if you see, this simple condition will be like if A is less than equals to B and C is less than equals to B. If these two conditions are set, then in this case we'll have to print yes, else no. Okay, I think pretty much you got the problem statement. Let's try to code it up. So ABC they've given. We'll have to check if A is less than equals to B, which means Alice is saying temperature has to be at least A, but Bob is saying it has to at most B, and C is less than equals to B. So in this case we'll have to print yes, else no. Let's try to run the code. So yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Let's try to submit the code. Yeah, it got accepted. So pretty much that was it. Basically you'll have to check these conditions, these 3 conditions, like A is saying at least temperature has to be A, C is saying at least temperature has to be C, B is saying at most temperature has to be B. So if you consider these 3 conditions, so basically A has to be less than equals to B, because that will satisfy the condition like A saying at least, B saying at most. So that will take care of that. And at the same time, all the 3 conditions, I mean all 3 people's temperature has to be set. So BC also will take care. So if C is less than equals to B, then it is fine. So yeah, thank you guys in this video.